Before we start our interview with Liz of Goldsteps, I just wanted to remind everyone, if you'd like a chance to win some merchandise from Hellstorm or The Warning from their Corpus Christi performance, check out my last video where I show you guys the bass that I bought from Hellstorm bassist Josh Smith right before their concert. If you leave a comment of a lightning bolt emoji on that video and live within the US, you might win some merchandise from either of those bands. And now on to the interview. So 12th Fret Media is back in San Antonio, Texas. We are at Vibes Underground, and we're speaking with the amazing Liz from Goldsteps. So like we said, we're here. Johnny Gilbert's performing, Postcards from the Moon, Goldsteps, Say We Can Fly. If I understand correctly, Goldsteps actually started in Austin, Texas, correct?
Yes, that's right. We started Goldsteps in 2016. Guitarist Zach and I were actually in a different band, and things were kind of moving. We were starting to split off. Zach and I wrote songs that were much more like pop bass melodies, way more pop punk, and the drummer who had kind of started the band was really pushing for more of like a punk kind of vibe. So we thought it was best for us to leave and start our own project. Since we were mostly writing the songs at that point, we could just feel that it wasn't vibing really well. So we split off and started Goldsteps ourselves, and we pretty much hit the ground running from there. We knew exactly what we wanted to do with this band, which was get to a point where we could tour a bunch. So we took as many shows as we could, started recording, and put out our first EP later that year, actually.
Nice. And if I understand correctly, was there also a recent release? I think I saw something online.
Yeah, our new EP, That Ain't It, just came out on October 7th. It was a really, really long process to get it done. You know, there was the whole pandemic that happened in the middle. We had moved cross-country from Austin to Milwaukee, which is where I'm originally from.
I would be remiss if I didn't say this, because how many times in a lifetime do I get to? But I believe it's pronounced Milwaukee.
It is
for you
Wayne's
World fans.
That is true. The good land.
The good. But that's good. So being in the studio, I know, like, I'm a musician myself. Favorite part of being in the studio, least favorite part of being in the studio?
Oh, my favorite part's actually doing the vocal takes. As much as probably my bandmates are like, she's lying. Just because it's so long and arduous, and like you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. And at some point you're just kind of going insane, being like, I don't know, was that last take better? I can't tell. Like, it's like when the eye doctor's like, you know, flipping the things in front of you. But I truthfully, like, being able to like do something vocally that I would kind of like told myself like, I don't know if I'm good enough for that, and then hitting it in the studio is like the best
It's
high.
rewarding. Because I do vocals as well. Not great, but when you actually do it and you nail it, it just, she's right. It's a high.
The whole room just like screams, and we're all like, shots for everyone! Alongside all the shots we took so we could, you know, warm everything up to get there.
All the cursing in between takes.
Oh, yeah,
I know,
right?
I'm guilty.
I don't know, actually.
You can say it.
Okay, cool. You can bleep me if you need to.
Students, if you're watching, she didn't say it.
I said the fart word.
There you go.
Least favorite
Least
part.
favorite.
Oof. Probably all the waiting around.
Yeah.
Everyone waiting on me waiting on everyone else. And also, like, you just get to that point where you start getting, like, really squirrely, where you've been at it for so long and you're just like, my brain can't even function anymore. Can we step back? Usually that's the time when we call it for the night.
Yeah. Once your brain fries. Because let's be honest, whatever your call time or studio time is, it's not. There's going to be waiting.
Oh, yeah, all the time. There's always things that, you know, go wrong with setup, or, like, you're trying to get, like, the perfect tone, or you're trying to get, you know, everything set up so things don't, like especially with vocals, like, getting those levels right, so you're not blowing it out, but also being able to capture all of the little different things that come out of your mouth.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, even the pronunciation, the pops, the Ps, the Ts. Mm-hmm. And this actually kind of leads me into my next question, because I noticed your shirt. I was going to say, who got you into music? Who made you want to sing?
Oh, so this shirt, if nobody can see, it says, Bette Midler on tour, Kiss My Brass. We found it at a record shop in Fort Worth yesterday, actually.
Oh, okay.
Right before our show. We were over there and meandering, and I mean, I'm not exactly like a fan of, like, I don't listen to Bette Midler necessarily on the regular, but I saw it and I was like, that shirt is so me, I have to get it. It's just goofy. I love thrifting, so that's definitely like why I picked it up. I also picked up a Lady Gaga t-shirt that will probably make its appearance sometime on this tour. You run out of clothes quick.
Oh yeah. Even with traveling, I found the best thing to do is just leave room. You'll find clothes on the road.
Oh yeah, right? Like like I overpack anyways, but you can't have too many clothes.
So moving from Texas, I mean, the good thing about being originally from Texas, the heat wasn't too much of a surprise for you.
No, not on this tour. No, actually, it's been relatively tolerable. It's still weird to think that I mean, I don't even know how I lived here for that long.
Yeah.
As I don't like being hot. I don't like being sweaty, despite the fact that we spend a lot of time in the gym on tour,
Yeah.
at Planet Fitness. But we just deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it hasn't been too bad this tour. We've been relatively surprised, and the evenings have actually been cool, really cool.
Yeah.
Last night was actually kind of cold in Fort Worth, so it was nice.
So as far as that goes, being on tour, what is it you miss both about Milwaukee, and is there anything you miss about Texas?
So Milwaukee, of course, I miss my family. I miss my dog. She's at home with Grandma. Grandma took her shopping at Target today and just sent me pictures of all the cute stuff they picked up. She's very spoiled. But I miss being I mean, you miss your own bed, right?
Yeah.
Sleeping in our bus. We have bunks and stuff, but it's not quite the memory foam mattress I'm used to. We have a California King at home that our dog takes up quite a large portion of that, but it's still more room to spread out. I'm sleeping under an air conditioner
There you
at
go.
this point. So very small. But Texas, I miss a lot of the food.
That seems to be everyone's number one right there.
I mean, you just can't get brisket the same way. Actually, Zach's dad's making us a brisket
There
for
you go.
tomorrow out in El Paso. We are very excited.
And because you're from Austin, I have to say it. Everyone thinks I'm going to say Franklin's. I'm going to say Gordo's.
Gordo's.
Yes, you ever been?
I've never been. No.
Everything's served on a donut.
Oh, yes. Okay, no, I have been there once for brunch. I was there once for brunch. I did not get anything on a donut. I'm kind of I always kind of stick to Benedict's. If they had
Ooh,
had
I
a
do love a
Benedict on a
Benedict.
donut, maybe I would have tried it. But I kind of stick to my favorites.
So we know we're on tour today, and we're going to El Paso next week, or not next week, tomorrow night. My bad. But as far as that goes, what can we expect aside from the tour? Is there new music in the works, new singles? What's going on?
Whew. So we actually have a few different things in the canon. We're definitely going to be recording early next year. Not necessarily anything like a big record, but we're definitely looking into a couple of options for singles. Just because this last record took so long to come out, I think we've all been kind of half of the songs were written before the pandemic, and then the rest of them were written during the pandemic. So it kind of feels like we've been sitting on these songs for so long that we're just already all right, what's the next phase? Where are we going? What are we writing about? So there's lots of ideas. We do have a couple demos we're still playing around with, and we have a couple of collaboration projects in the works.
Ooh. Can I ask about the collaborations, or should we keep that secret?
I don't know how much I can say about them, but it is a cover.
Okay.
So it's
I love a good
a
cover.
reimagined cover with a producer who also plays in a much bigger band than ours, who's been doing these projects and reimagining classic pop punk songs in a new EDM style way.
That sounds very interesting, and that sounds like something I'm going to be interested in hearing right there.
Yeah.
So any projection on for when we can expect that?
My hope is to get it recorded sometime before the end of January and possibly coming out in the spring.
There we go. Well, it's been very good speaking with you. Again, check them out. They're on tour, El Paso tomorrow night. It may be past by the time you see this video, but just check them out. Goldsteps, they're going to rock it tonight. They've got a lot of good stuff coming in the future. Thank you for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Take care.